to what Hamas has said. They believe that terms of the ceasefire have been breached. They're not going to release any more hostages. Donald Trump has said all the hostages out by 12 on Saturday. We think he means midday. All the hostages, not just the next 3, all the hostages out, or all hell breaks loose. He said that's what he would do. He's been backing Israel. Do you think that would focus minds? I mean, there's no reason why Hamas couldn't release all of the hostages on Saturday, could there? I mean, all of them. Is there any argument that you, as someone who desperately cares about innocent people, those hostages are innocent people, are they not? Is there any reason why Hamas couldn't and shouldn't release them all?
Once the hostages go, and every act of kindness that has been shown to Israel has just been backlash.
Sorry, every act of kindness?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Every act of... What were the acts? Do tell me what the acts of kindness were. The pitcher bread once every 3 days for those men kept in a tunnel for 16 months? How generous, how kind.
And you're focusing on the 3 men.
Oh, silly me.
If we look at the women.
Oh, you're going to go there. You're going to go there. Didn't they look well and healthy, Yvonne? Didn't they look well? They must have had a wonderful time at that holiday camp that Hamas ran for them for the last 16 months. When you were held captive, when you were held hostage by the Taliban, you were fed. You had cigarettes. You were looked after. You weren't in fear for your life. Those women, those men, the children, the elderly, the sick, they lived every day.
I would be in an Israeli prison, that's for sure.
Absolute abject nonsense.
We've had a doctor who was raped to death, and then the Israelis called it self-defense. When did rape become self-defense?
Well, yeah, you tell me. Let's ask your friends in Hamas, Yvonne. I'm not saying there aren't atrocities committed by some Israeli forces, and some of them end up in court, and rightly so, and they should all end up in court. I'm not defending any atrocities that are committed by any side. I want to know, what were the acts of kindness that Hamas did to that have been thrown back in their face by Israel? What were those acts of kindness?
Well, they gave them goodie bags. I don't know what was in them, but they gave them gifts. They gave them little mementos, Palestinian mementos.
The acts of kindness from your hostage taker, from the man who's kidnapped you and terrified you and starved you for months. Yvonne, what's happened to you? What has happened to you?
Yvonne, what's happened to you? What has happened to you? You fat bitch. This is what she said. I couldn't believe she said that. She was advocating, the reporter was advocating that that Hamas not let hostages go, because that would then give up their anything they had to negotiate with.
They don't have any bargaining chips. That's the whole point. This is the whole point of why they were holding on to the Americans so tight. So tight. Do you know, this is the reason why Joe Biden had zero success in getting any hostages back, because this was their bargaining chip. You're going to do what we say do, or we're going to spill just a little bit of an American blood. But if you want the rest of these Americans, you're going to do what we want you to do.
What do they want?
They want
Israel destroyed.
Gone.
They want Israel off the map.
They want them gone, off the planet, completely eradicated. They want absolute genocide. No Jewish people, no friends of the Jewish people. They want them gone. And this is the reason why holy wars last for eons, because it's not based in logic. It is not based in your current circumstances. The truth of the matter is, and this is just me being very, very Nicole Bennett honest, Israel should have took them out a long damn time ago. You hear me? The international community could kiss both my butt cheeks. I would have erased them off the planet and wouldn't have given a damn about it. Listen, I send them back to their maker. Let Allah sort them out. Let it be what it's going to be. But I'm not going to live in terror. Exactly. I'm not going to raise my children in terror because these people got a bug up their butt. This is outrageous behavior. people think about it and they say, well, Israel should do this. Imagine if the United States had been attacked on October 7th and other nations around the world said, well, no. You can hit them back, but not that hard. Please. Are you serious?
That's the journalist Yvonne, is her name Yvonne Ridley? Yeah. I looked her up a quick Google. So she had been kidnapped by the Taliban and converted to, I guess, Islam during that time.
Really?
Yeah. So she, I think after 9/11, if I'm not mistaken, it was around 2000.
Kidnapped by the Taliban. Yep.
Yeah. She was kidnapped. And I think she was held for 2 or 3 years. And so during that time, she quote unquote converted, probably a forced conversion, no less. But it sounds like to me that she has taken on this Taliban or Islamic identity, religion. So this is where her allegiance is now. So these people are the good guys. They're giving goodie bags and gifts. She's what we call a classic case of Stockholm syndrome, if you will, in the psychological terms. Textbook case. Stockholm syndrome, but she, in her mind, she believes this because now she's a Muslim. So that's some of the backstory. Because I had to look into a little bit. I was like, wait a minute, her name sounded familiar, but the journalist or the reporter or whoever she was talking to, she was absolutely correct. This is hogwash. This is absolute insanity. They're giving you goodie bags because let me see, you kidnapped me and I'm supposed to accept your goodie bag as a generous, gesture because you murdered people. You murdered my neighbors or my friends on October the 7th, and now you give me a goodie bag and all is supposed to be well. This is the warped, deranged, twisted thinking that many people, particularly on the left, including the Taliban types, these extremist Islamists, this is the warped thinking. And you talk about holy wars. This is why these types of, fundamentalist religions, they're not going to ever be able to live in unity. They have a whole category, of doctrine. And this is what they believe.
Yeah. And this is not the kind of hatred that's like lightweight taught in school. This is ingrained in every part of who they are. There's no chance of reconciliation and peace. Zero chance of reconciliation and peace until somebody gives up their God. Who's giving up the God? Nobody. But let me tell you this, and they should hear Donald J. Trump very clearly. He gave you a cutoff date. He meant it. And he said, all hell's going to break loose. Honey, hold on to your hat. Hold on to your hat. Diplomacy works when people are rational, logical, or scared the fucking death of you. Yep. That's when diplomacy works. And if they don't have any fear of the United States of America, they should know that Joe Biden is no longer the president. We're not here to play these games with these folks. Not at all. We're going to have peace. Peace through strength. Whether that's talking nice to you, making nice deals, or kicking your butt across that desert of yours, honey, we're not here for this foolishness. I've had enough of these folks. I've had enough.
I can't get out of my head, after watching October 7th unfold, and the scene that's like embedded on my brain is of the young girl with the long dark hair and how they kidnapped her, and then she was raped so badly that she was bleeding out of her behind. I mean, it was bloody. And you saw, I think they killed her because I remember
they did.
Saw her body.
I think she did.
Bloody on her back side. So she had been assaulted. And it was just, they took babies, 6 months old, I believe. Babies, sisters, brothers, mothers, fathers,
children,
Yeah. And this woman has the nerve to come on and say they gave goodie bags. These people are evil and sick, and it makes you, just hearing this stuff. It's like, the best thing may be to level it, I don't see any other way. Like you mentioned, Nicole, there's no negotiation. There's no way to, you know, after October 7th, you would have thought they would have handed over these hostages.
Nope. And they've said, they're on the record saying now, they're not giving any more hostages. They're not giving any more hostages.
My Lord.
They're
Like you said,
you
have to pray for it. Yeah, pray for everyone there.
FAFO, let me tell you.
Yeah. So we will continue to follow the story. I mean, we'll be back. We'll be here Friday. So we'll be here before Saturday to see, you know, if there's anything that comes out of it. I always pray for peace.
Absolutely.
And I pray that they send those hostages home. That is the best way. Let them go. Send the hostages home. And then
I pray for that too, but I also pray for the terrorists to be taken out.
Listen, they can send them or we can take them. Let's get that real clear. But the way that they are moving with this president, it's like they have no idea who he is.
Yeah. So, all right.